You were right. That's a sword.
Sword.
Got a sword. So you kind of nailed it, brother.
I did hit the broadside of a barn. This
you
is
sure
true.
did. That was good. So yeah, we got Ursa Major. Yeah, I definitely remember Ursa Major. I think maybe from the Platinum Star like monthlies that were running online like for a minute. I think there was only 3 of those maybe. And I think that was around the time. That was like almost a year ago. And then MKTheo, really the MK. I guess this is like the ghost of MKTheo if he decided to use Metaknight.
I feel like every or not every, but a lot of Metaknight players are in the same vein as NES players, where it's like, yeah, instead of PK, we'll just put NK in the beginning or end of our name. It's like, there we go. We're Metaknight players.
Do you remember the meme? You're right, by the way, but the meme of like it riddles MK. Apparently, it was like riddles Michael Kim because it was like his name.
Oh yeah.
But like it was also like riddles Metaknight, and then it just turned out that everyone MK was whatever Michael Kim. I don't know. It's
I don't remember.
You had to be there. It's just for some reason it sticks out in my mind. But anyways, MKTheo got a little bit of a lead here. I'll be honest with you. I feel like Metaknight, I know it's not like a great character, but it's definitely one of those characters you don't run into enough, where some of the things that Metaknight does can really be frustrating, to say the least. Like if you just don't know what to do or you're not familiar what comes out from Metaknight, but sometimes the things are like, okay, like cool, I guess.
Yeah, he's kind of one of those characters that you have to respect him and you don't have to respect him at like the same time, because what he's looking for is dash attack or dash grab in a million ways that he can get that. So in some ways that means his neutral can be kind of linear, but in other ways they aren't, because he still has a really good dash, so like, and therefore a really good dash back. As, you know, what did he do? He dashed in and he dashed back, and that baited the jump off ledge forward air, like all that good stuff.
It is really much a bait and punish character, and you can really tell with that F smash. Not a whole lot of range on that thing, but like it hits. When it hits, it's very fast, no lag. So like, especially because that's a tactic you'll see a lot in like mid-level play, and this isn't like a slight at anyone, just in general. Like a lot of the just run back, turn around F smash. Like a lot of times you'll see that in like sort of like mid-lower level play. And it's viable enough. Like if you're getting hit by it, like you have yourself to blame, and if you're landing it, there's no reason to not do it. But what I'm getting at here is Metaknight is actually a really good character for that, because you think you're safe, it's not a whole lot of range, and then you sort of just forget how fast it comes out and how much you really can't punish it. So you have to be careful if you're just like running up on it.
Yeah, Metaknight kind of really thrives on how strong dash back is in this game, because a lot of his smash attacks like have a little bit of startup but very little end lag. Like his FAF across the board is just super low, so he can thrive off of getting into a run really quick and making you pay for not knowing the matchup. And
that's brutal. That's
we
can call that part of it, man. Like that's. It's weird that move, because just the nature of it, where it just is up and then it's down and then right back up almost immediately. It's almost like it's deceptive. I think in this case, Ursa Major just sort of hung out on the ledge a little bit too much, I guess. But by the way, I'm just remembering now. I remember exactly where Ursa Major from. It's from the Mario Kart events, and then some links. That's exactly why. That would make sense. That they were there during all of the Platinum Stars, because I was when the Mario Kart stuff started. So that's hype. I'm glad you're here, man. Good stuff.
Let's go, Ursa Major.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm glad I pieced it together. I'm like, dude, I know I've seen this tag. Like,
yeah, so many of them.
We got actually. I really am appreciating these brackets, because like it's like stuff like this will happen. Like even if it's just someone who used to come out from like Nintendo circuits. And he was pretty good too. He used to top 8 those things pretty frequent. We also got like a lot of other like really cool names coming through. Like right now, I can tell you the next match we're gonna get is Mabel. I don't know if do you know who Mabel is?
I know who Mabel is. Oh,
dude,
the sauciest doc on Wi-Fi.
Dude, it's good.
Dude. Yeah,
he's really good. You know what's funny is I wasn't really super familiar, and then I saw last week he got DQ'd early, like really early. I think it was literally pools like round 2. I think just was. Maybe missed the match, whatever the case was, and then ended up getting either 5th or 7th from like losers, like literally just ripping through losers bracket, like 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. But yeah, so Maple's gonna be up next. Right now we got Ursa Major and MKTheo. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here, but I was just looking at the match queue.
Teases for the future, like, hey guys, what we have in store for you. Perhaps you should follow to see.
Well, I'll tell you why it's especially hype. Like, because there's actually, and I'm not trying to make any calls here, and I don't want to curse anyone. It's just like, especially Rivers, who's been winning these brackets pretty like handily. Sometimes from losers, sometimes like last week he only lost a game all day.
It's harder for him to get out of pools than it is for him to win through top eight.
It's weird, man.
Hilarious.
And I think it depends on the characters he runs into. And the reason I bring this up is because like I've seen Rivers play against a really good Dr. Mario before, and like that's a character that can make him sweat. Doc has really sort of got some stuff I think a lot of people don't even realize. If you get past some of the really bad disadvantage stuff with Doc, like he's a like really sort of like he's like very extra in a lot of ways. I don't know. He just has like silly things.
Yeah, he's one of those like really. I guess I'm gonna fall back on my card game history. Oh, got those texts. Doc always feels like a win more kind of character, and Meta Knight does too in a lot of ways. Like there's a lot of ways Meta Knight can kill you off of a hit. It's just a matter of which one should he do and when should he do it. Doc just doesn't have the added benefit that Meta Knight has, which is Meta Knight's actually fast. Like Doc's got Mario buttons, which are really good.
That's a good point.
But how does he hit you?
That's a good point. Not a whole lot of like doesn't really have any limbs really. At least Mario just has like small ones, so it's like they're very similar in the regard where there's not a lot of reach, but the buttons are fast. And they could be oppressive, especially if like you aren't playing them properly. And we're watching MKTheo do that right now. Ursa Major is really trying to find like a way in here, and I really would like to kind of see, a little bit more B button. Use those bombs. Those bombs are very useful, especially with kind of controlling the land. And I haven't really seen them pull a whole lot of them, so. Maybe, okay. They're feeling it for sure. They're good. Oh, never mind.
Oh no. Please? Don't do this to us. I guess they're just throwing their buttons forward anyway.
That's the funny part about that whole exchange is like we doing this? No, we doing this? We doing this? And they slowly just sort of gravitated together until they finally just.
We good?
I mean, it did clear up at least. Yeah, so there we go. There's a bomb. Not in his control at the moment, but at least we'll break him free from that. I think just some more bombs, honestly, it would go a really long way. This particular case, because then that's just another way you're ranging out a character that doesn't have a whole lot of range.
Yeah, especially on a stage like Town, like Link kills so early on this stage and gets so much off of like all of the layouts. But Boomerang and Bomb, like eventually you do have to go back to basics, and it looks like Ursa Major is sometimes like shotgunning his buttons a little bit too early, which just leads him to getting like pretty hard punished. Though at 142 now, looks like he's starting to rein himself in a little bit. Plenty of these strong hit boomerangs.
Yeah, this isn't a bad position to be in for Link, dude. He is like very strong. So when you have this much rage, like he already has, oddly enough, really good bomb recovery, dude. It's the second one he's done, and it's honestly getting him so much mileage on the second stock. That's twice he saved himself from like a situation that looked bad. But yeah, so there we go, man. B button doing a lot more work now for Ursa. And honestly, dude, yeah, like Link's F smash, that's what I want to say before, is already like one of the top F smashes, like as far as strength goes in the game. So when you have that much rage, which he doesn't anymore, but when you do, that thing will kill you really early. But yeah, now he's got the beam sword, dude. That is low key like one of the best projectiles in the game.
It's surprising how annoying that can get, because you're so used to thinking, oh, Link has Boomerang, Bomb, and Arrow. Like, those are the three I really have to look out for. Because when is a character ever going to stay at 0 for a prolonged amount of time? But then dealing with that beam for the extra 5 seconds is just another, like, oh, that stuffed my approach all out of a sudden, and I wasn't ready for it because... Why would you ever be?
Dude, I mean, you're right, because the thing, it's weird the way it hits. Oh.
He's fine. He's too high for any boomerang.
Yeah, dude.
Excuse me?
F-tilt definitely gonna do it. Well, dude, that F-tilt's pretty slow, like, to be fair. So the fact that it kills, like...
Not that it kills. I mean, that was the fine part. Where it hit was hilarious.
Yeah, that was weird. It was kind of, like, right at the apex of, like, the sword. But yeah, I actually,
Check this.
Yeah, let's see here. I mean, good wherewithal from Ursa just to kind of know that move would probably connect. Really sort of seeing where MKTheo might fall.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lot of the times the natural state of the match would be like Ursa Major's on the ground, like holding shield or not, and MKTheo is directly above him doing double jump down airs, like however many times, until one of them blinks. Like they were literally playing chicken that whole match. Where Ursa Major got a lot of benefit was he stopped swinging early, so that forced Ursa Major to come down a little bit lower if he were to mix up his timings in a range that Link could punish him. Like it was just a natural progression of how do I punish you steadily harder for doing something that I know you're comfortable doing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty good synopsis, and you sort of called that out a lot earlier, basically, about Ursa wanting to be a little bit more patient on the presses, because Link's very committal. The sword hits really hard. The frame data isn't the best, but it's not the worst. And the thing is, when you're swinging, you gotta sort of not just make sure you're spaced, but calculated, because even if you are spaced, you could definitely get punished. Like F tilt does not come out quick, nor does up tilt. So, especially a character like Metaknight, definitely able to get in there on a whiff, but in the case of the last game, there was no whiff, and it does look like Ursa Major is going to continue to press forward with pretty good momentum, playing a lot less, I don't know, I think instead of saying a lot less anything, I think he's just playing basically a little bit more brave.
Yeah, he seems just more confident in his current game plan. That double jump was really bad. I'm just going to say that double jump air dodge in, really bad, led him to getting killed, but his overall game plan isn't necessarily terrible. But when MKTheo gets that hit, I mean, like, it's kind of a precedent for any Meta Knight or just combo characters in general. Like, landing one hit with a combo character is so devastating. But ledge traps are still strong.
Yeah, man. So this is a little bit similar to what we were actually seeing last game, because I believe Theo had a bit a lead over Ursa for a little bit of a while last game, and then Ursa sort of had a couple good bomb recoveries, got the extension on the second life, and we might see something similar here. I mean, he's going to have to get some damage first on Theo to do that. I mean, right now, Theo's doing a really good job basically taking all that confidence away from Ursa Major. Now, nearly a full stock. I mean, not a full stock, but sizable lead.
Yeah, it's enough of a lead where you have to feel pressured, but it's also like, man, we're on same stock, and Link's kill power is nothing to sleep on. So I still have to play a little bit careful, which is why that same kind of game plan is still so strong. Like, Link doesn't have the best burst mobility, so he's forced to try and anti-air a character that is hovering just outside of his range.
All right, good toss. That isn't always easy to like get those in the right places, but when you do, they will definitely kill. And dude, another one. Practicing these bomb recoveries. Apparently, it's kind of saved his bacon now 3 times easily in this set, maybe 4 actually.
The tech has really been on deck for Ursa Major, and I mean, practice pays off for sure. He's survived instances where he should have long been dead, and living to 162 and getting the SD for him too. All right, that's not the way you want to see it end, but
yeah, it's a shame, dude. I feel like MKTheo is actually MKTheo, whatever. Theo. Anyways, was actually playing pretty well. I really just think, and this is the thing, like, I think Link's a little bit of a better character. I think Ursa really calmed down, and those bomb recoveries honestly just sort of saved his ass a couple times. So
yeah, he prolonged his life like a couple of times throughout this set. Like, it was 2 times in game 2, 1 time in game 3. Like, he was able to survive long past when MKTheo could have clocked it into his head. It's like, okay, I got this edge guard here. We're back to even. And steadily, as both game 2 and game 3 went, there was just more and more pressure building on MKTheo to like take the stock. It's like, hey, what do I do to kill you here? Like, I can swing down smash and F smash all day long, but as long as as long as I don't have the lead, then committing to those buttons is a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it, and that was sort of where we started with the set when we were chatting. So you have to sort of see it in action. Ursa's going to move on